If you're thinking about moving to Tampa Bay, before you pack the truck and pick up and move, there's 5 things every new resident wishes they knew before they did so. And number 5 could save you thousands of dollars. So let's get right into it. What is going on, YouTube? If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back to the Living in Tampa Bay channel. I'm your host, Shandon Kiah, and your trusted real estate advisor for the Tampa Bay area. Having been a resident of Tampa Bay for over 6 years now, there are some things I wish I knew before I moved that I feel like everyone needs to know. So I'm going to be sharing those things with you guys today, and they may be a little different from what you've seen from other creators. But before we get started, I want to remind you that I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida. So if you have real estate goals, questions, or dreams of moving here, especially the Tampa Bay area, I'll be honored to earn your business and help you make your transition here as smooth as possible. So I'm going to drop my contact information on screen so you guys can get in touch, and please don't hesitate to reach out, as I'm always here to be a resource for you. I'm always available by call, text, or email. Starting off with number 1, Tampa Bay is not one city. It is a metropolitan region that is rapidly growing. This includes Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Wesley Chapel, Bradenton, Sarasota, and several other surrounding counties that make up the greater Tampa Bay area. This is a common misconception from outsiders looking in. They believe, they hear Tampa and think it's just one city. While Tampa is massive, and I'm pretty sure the biggest of the cities that make up Tampa Bay, it is not the only one. And each area, each city, each neighborhood provides a different lifestyle, and I believe, having lived here long enough, that there is truly a lifestyle, an area that's gonna fit everyone, no matter who you are. So between Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, and all the surrounding areas, there are different price points as well. And again, no matter what your price point is, I think there is an area that will fit your needs, whether it be Riverview on the east side of Tampa, or Clearwater, or St. Pete closer to the beach. It doesn't matter, there's a space for everyone. Now, because we are one metropolitan area, the city or counties for a long time, well before I've been here, have done a pretty good job of building the infrastructure to make sure the region is accessible from all parts. So what I mean is, if you spend time in St. Pete, that doesn't mean you can't live in Tampa, and vice versa. If you live in one part of Tampa Bay, you're gonna spend time in other parts, and that means commute times play a really big role in your lifestyle here. Unlike some smaller towns, and maybe unlike some other major metro areas, I think Tampa Bay is right in the middle of high congested traffic, commute times, and things of that nature. You're looking at minimum 10-minute drive, pretty much no matter where you're going. Now, of course, if you're centrally located in a specific area, of course, that will do better for you than if you are on the outskirts of any given place. So my advice is this: pick your lifestyle, whatever that may be, and then do a little more research on the areas that are best going to fit that lifestyle, and consider your commute times to make sure they're not too overwhelming. And this will bring me into my next point. Number 2 is going to be, traffic can make or break your quality of life down here. If you're someone who doesn't like spending time in the car, who doesn't want a long commute, you have to make sure that the place you choose to live is going to be a distance that you're comfortable commuting. Like I said, the infrastructure has been done well, but with the rapid growth of Tampa Bay over the past 5 to 6 years, it is becoming a little more congested, and they can't outbuild the pace at which people have been moving here. So when you're talking about the Howard Franklin or 275 bridge, Gandy Bridge, the causeway from Tampa to Clearwater, all of these roadways are going to get congested, especially during high traffic hours. Another thing worth mentioning is we have I-4, which is the connector between Tampa and Orlando, and it is often considered one of the most dangerous highways in the United States. And I've driven it before. It does get pretty nasty. I've never been in an accident, thank God, but I see them happen all the time, and Florida drivers are very unforgiving. So take that into consideration as well. And I'll give you an example before we move on to the next point. A home that costs $50,000, $100,000 less might cost you an hour, 2 extra hours in the car on your commute every day. because those homes in the outskirts are often cheaper and the price point is much lower. So that's kind of the trade-off. So point 3 is going to be that homeowners insurance is very different in Florida. If you're coming from out of state and you're unaware of what that might look like, we have to worry about things like hurricanes and termites and 4-point inspections. Some things that in other states, they might not necessarily worry about. When you go to purchase a home, included with your inspection is going to be a wind mitigation report. So that pretty much is a bulleted list of items that your home may or may not have, things like hurricane impact windows, 9-inch nails in your roof, a special shingle or roof type that may be more or less prone rather to wind damage from hurricanes. All of these things, the more you have checked off, can get you discount points on your insurance. And then the other big one that most people, even outside of Florida, are aware of is flood insurance. Because we got hit by a hurricane so hard in 2024, 2 hurricanes actually, flood insurance has increased astronomically. A lot of large insurance carriers dropped Florida as a state that they would insure. So the remaining ones have not necessarily monopolized, but have cornered most of the market and can really charge whatever they want for flood insurance. So it's really important to educate yourself and pay attention to homes that may be in a flood zone, and if you end up paying flood insurance, how much that's going to change your monthly payment. And then you have 4-point inspections. Now, you cannot get insurance for your home if the 4-point items in the house do not clear. These 4-point items are going to be your roof, your HVAC, your electric, and your plumbing. So if there are any repair items that need taken care of on any 4 of these points, you're gonna have to have them repaired before you close on the home, or you will not be able to bind insurance, you will not be able to close. Because of this, 2 homes in the exact same price point or price range can have very different monthly payments simply because the insurance is much higher or lower. So moving into our 4th point, it's going to be those lifestyles I mentioned before. Because Tampa Bay is this massive metropolitan area of so many different cities and neighborhoods, you have a lifestyle, like I said, that matches everyone. Some examples are downtown living, beach lifestyle, golf communities, new construction, golf course neighborhoods, and even family-friendly suburbs and everything in between. So if one of those is describing you, I promise you there is a neighborhood, there is a city, there is a suburb, there is a metro area that is fit for you. In my experience, after helping families, one of the things they consider most is, of course, the safety of the neighborhoods they're moving into, as well as school districts. Now, I'm sure we all know this, but if you don't, Florida is not well known for their education system, and there are very few A-rated schools in the Tampa Bay area. Now, the schools that are A-rated are typically more expensive and in a higher price point neighborhood than most. Now, if you're not a family, haven't started a family yet, you're single or a couple, young couple wanting to get out, meet new people, things to consider are walkability, outdoor activities, nightlife, things of that nature that kind of just give you a spectrum of things you can do. And when you move here, I'll just be upfront with you guys, you're never gonna run out of things to do, whether it be in Tampa or St. Pete or wherever. There's always events going on. We have the Raymond James Stadium with the Buccaneers. We have the Tampa Bay Rays. We have a local professional soccer team, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And outside of just sports, there's always something to do, and there's different event leaders and events happening pretty much every weekend. And with that, we will move into my last point, and that is number 5, and that is the market down here does not move as one might expect. My clients moving from out of state sometimes still assume that homes are flying off the shelf, every property has bidding wars, and sellers aren't willing to negotiate. However, that is far from the truth. I understand a few years ago we were in this crazy bull market and Tampa Bay was the place to be. Sellers were selling for, $50,000 over asking price. That is far from the truth right now. Right now in Florida, especially in Tampa Bay, buyers have more negotiating power than they've had in 5 to 6 years. Almost every home that hits the market is seeing price reductions, seller paid concessions, and don't even get me started on the new construction incentives. If you end up going new construction with a builder, I've seen builders offer incentives of up to $100,000 in flex cash that can be put towards your closing costs, your interest rate, or your design package. And they call it flex cash because you can simply use it however you want. Now, there are some niche neighborhoods that will retain their value and still remain a little bit competitive, but at the end of the day, it's always the best price homes that are going to be competitive that sell the quickest, and the nicest homes as well. So if a property checks off all the boxes, I'm telling you, you're not going to be the only buyer interested, and that's just the name of the game. The nicest, best properties sell and the ugly ones sit. That's just the way it is. So my advice to you as a buyer who may be coming from out of state is this: take advantage of some of those homes that are sitting on the market. Maybe tap into some new construction tours. I have a ton on my channel, and take advantage of those incentives that these builders are offering, because we're in a bear market right now, but it's not going to stay that way forever. And like I said, with Tampa Bay having so many niche neighborhoods, every submarket is going to be different. So really do your research and do your due diligence on those lifestyles and areas that fit your criteria and price point, because there are deals out there to be had for everybody. I've been helping people relocate to Tampa Bay every month for the past 6 years of my real estate career, and you could be next. So if you are thinking about making the move to Tampa Bay within the next 6 months, please feel free to reach out. I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida, so if you have goals, questions, or dreams of moving here, I'd be honored to answer those and make your transition here as smooth as possible. So I'll drop my contact information on screen one more time so you guys can get in touch, and never hesitate to reach out. I'm always here to be a resource for you. And if you want to dig a little deeper into Tampa Bay's neighborhoods, I've prepared for you a relocation guide for both Tampa and St. Petersburg, the two major metro areas of the Bay, for you to download completely free. I'm going to drop the link in the description of this video. All you have to do is copy and paste it into your search bar, and it'll take you to the PDF. Again, completely free. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please be sure to go down, like, comment, and hit that subscribe button, because it genuinely helps me continue to create more content like this for you guys. I'll be seeing you guys soon on the next video. Peace.